Okay, I bet you never thought of this. You just think of something you always wanted to know about, like something that really interests you. You go learn it because everything is on the internet now. You can find out anything you want. You go learn it. You study it for a couple months or whatever. And then you take that information that you found out about and put it on the internet and get $10,000 selling it. And before you even finish writing the whole thing, you get the money. So you can finish writing the whole thing and you have a product. So you've started a business doing nothing. Not spending any money anyway, but just putting your own time and energy into something that other people may want, and you don't even have to spend money figuring out if they want it, because there's websites out there. You could put it on your idea after you learn all this stuff. You just describe it. I'm going to do this book. I'm going to do this, program or whatever it is, this video, and see if anybody else wants it. And this next video will show you how this young man did this and got $10,000. And what it was, he always wanted to write an app. He's not a geek or a nerd or anything like that, but wanted to know how to write one of those little apps you put in here. And so he was going on the internet and trying to research and figure all this stuff out and whatever. And he said everything there was dreadful to learn from. So after he finally figured it all out through trial and error, he said, hey, what this country needs is a simple little course on how to write an app. Anybody could do it. There's a simple way to do it. Sure, there's very big, complicated ways to do it, and there's simple ways to do it. So actually, I'm going to take this course that he did, because I always want to know. I'm in the information business. I would like to know something more about that. So he did this, put it together, but didn't even finish it. And before he even finished, he put it on the internet, and started getting money. And he's raising $10,000 for the finished project. And everybody who contributes really will get a product too when he's done. So that's a way to start a business with no products. I mean, you're just creating air and information, and you're getting it for free on the internet, and then you're getting the money without costing you any money. Now, isn't America great? So watch this video, and he explains how he does it, so you can do this too. Well, Taylor Beck, man, you're going to teach the world how to, everybody's going to be an app developer, right? And you're really raising money on a crowdfunding site, that to help support this course, so the average person on the street now can learn how to use a computer and make their own app on anything, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Yep. So, what made you do this? How'd you get the idea?
Well, when I was first starting out learning app development, there were so many problems that I faced, and I spent about 4 or 5 months just finding a good resource to learn from. And that's just a lot of wasted time. And so what I want to make is a course for people so they can just focus on the learning, because that's the important part.
Well, I mean, do you need a computer science degree to do this, or what?
No, yeah, you can be a fireman, you can be a doctor, you can be a lawyer, or you can be a stay-at-home mom. Anything that you are, beginner. Go ahead.
What makes it that easy? I mean, is it like I'm going to write a letter on my computer, so I'm a writer, So if I learn, why is it so easy to do an app? I mean, that sounds like software and computer insides or something like that.
Well, that's the thing. There's that barrier to entry, which makes it seem, really hard to get into and learn. But what I'm doing is I'm starting at a very beginner level, so we go from the very, very basics, so that you understand, and then we work our way up, and that's just how it works. I see.
So in other words, your course that you have, and by the way, it's cheap as hell. What is it now? If you get in on the first deal on the Kickstarter thing, is how much?
Yeah, so the complete package for learning app development is $49 on
$49 right now. Man, I was looking at an app development course, and they're going to charge me $2,000-$3,000 to go to this thing.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, exactly.
No, man, I'm going to be a customer as soon as we get off the air here. But so you're saying that, okay, I don't know anything. I was an English major or something like that, and I could go on this course, and by the end of it, it sounds like I'm putting together a little app, whether it's 1 + 1 = 2 or a little game or whatever, to see the basics, and I don't even have to know algebra.
Yeah, I'll teach you from the very, very basics, and you'll have no problems, promise.
Well, why do these people who charge $3,000 are really going to be pissed at you, aren't they?
Well, I'm not too sure about them, but I just wanted to provide something that was affordable and allowed people just to learn all the skills that they wanted to succeed.
Well, I mean, but what I think is cool is that now you're helping people. It's sort of like become the new writers of the 21st century, because my century is like the 20th century, and that's over. And I wrote books. I wrote 100 books. But now. We publish like 350,000 books a year, but there's like 1 million apps already. So it's you can't learn how to write anymore. You have to learn how to communicate this way, and you're doing it for $50.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's amazing. And so because you were struggling so hard with this stuff, you understand how an average person, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, could just get on her PC or Apple or whatever and learn in a few hours how to make a simple little app, and that leads to something else, and soon you're working for NASA.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people who have thought about apps, and everyone has an app idea.
Yeah.
And they want to make some side income, an extra $100 or $1,000 a month, and with apps, if you do it the right way, that's totally possible.
Huh. So you're saying too that then, because what you didn't know how to write an app before you did this, right?
No.
Okay. So in other words, you spent a couple months struggling through how to write an app, finally figured it out. Now you're going to help everybody else not do those struggle for 3 months. But what you're really saying is that if you know how to write a simple app, you have a product to sell to anybody, right? Whether it's the local donut shop, you could do an app for them about when's the best time to get a donut or something like that. So you're making the perfect home business like you are for yourself, right?
Yeah.
But actually, if people want you develop an app, you do it on a per revenue basis. So in other words, you don't charge any money to do an app for a business. You charge them like just a percentage of the new business you gave them, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, what made you do it that way instead of taking all the money first?
Well, there are a lot of people that see apps for their businesses as sort of just a marketing product and part of their marketing budget. But I just really wanted to show them that it's more than that, and it's an actual business asset that can increase their revenue. So that's partly why I do it. Yeah.
So you have basically here is I could start a business for $45.
yeah, that's the idea.
In other words, I could go spend $45, learn how to write an app from you, go to local businesses, and then because it takes, I don't need the app store or any of this kind of stuff. I'm selling a service, so I need no overhead. I already have a computer if I already learned it, and I go to local business or businesses on the web. Hey, I'll do an app for you, and let's share in the revenue. And that's what you're doing with your business. And making very nice money, it sounds like.
Yeah. I think so that's on the freelancing and consulting side, and a lot of people are interested in that. And I think a lot of people are interested in making apps sort of for themselves too, and having their own type of apps.
Like
in
what?
the apps.
What would a person want for their own apps? Like where their kids are or something like that? Or
So, there are apps, like everyone says, there's an app for everything nowadays. And what really is the case, like you have to, find the problem that people are having in a niche first, and then go after building an app for that niche.
But you said a personal app. You didn't mean like just an app for one individual person. You mean for a personal app for lots of people, right?
Right, yeah.
I
So
see. Oh,
usually when you have a problem, there are quite a few people who have that as well.
I see. So you're a stay-at-home mom, you're worried about babysitter. So you say, hey, what we need is a little app for this. And then so you talk to other moms and whatever, and then you build your app and you put it in the app store, and now you're an app fortunist or whatever, or heiress or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you can make an app for stay-at-home moms to help manage their kids or something like that, that's definitely something that could be big.
See, that's it. And it all. I mean, I can't get over this. It takes $45. Now this is what it's on Kickstarter now, $45, and that's for about 2 more weeks. What will it be after that? Will it be a lot more or what?
I haven't decided exactly what it will be, but it will be more. Yeah,
it'll be more. That's why people should go out and get this in 2 weeks if they're thinking about it, because you're going to pay a lot more for it when it's developed. And how soon will you deliver after the 2 weeks?
So my delivery time is the course is broken down in a few sections. So the delivery on those will be between the late April and between the middle of May.
Oh, I see. So you're just a month out, right?
Yeah.
That's terrific. Yeah. So now you'll be learning online or on a CD or something, or
yeah. So the entire course will be hosted on a website. So you'll be able to go to a website, click on all the videos, go through those. There will also be a forum on there, so you can ask the other members and myself questions and get help right away.
Oh,
and there'll
cool.
just be a lot of different features that'll help you go along the way.
So really, you're writing your app is a training course, right? Yeah. So it's training people how to use them. Maybe that's what I should do about government programs. I should write an app for people how to learn how to use government programs. Well, that's right. But more importantly, I think you're creating you're showing people how they need very little money. You go out and learn something for a few months. You learn how to do it. You put it on the internet. It costs you hardly nothing to do that, and you raise over $8,000 to do it. And you're helping other people with what you learned. I mean, what's better than that? And from what you learned, you started your own consulting business, and so you got a business in a box here for $45.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Well, that's wonderful. And to get this, actually, to find you on Kickstarter anyway, it's best to go to taylorbeck.me. TaylorBeck.me.
Yeah.
You get there, you always know about him forever. If you want to know about his services and see how he can make you more money with an app that he's not going to charge you for, just take a piece of the money, right, that you make from him. And which is a wonderful way to do business, because then it shows you that what you're providing is really a value, and you only want to get paid if it's real value to the customer. And there's not a better way to market to me than that, because then you know what you're really worth. Well, thank you so much, Taylor. Great to meet you. And you're just a year or so out of school, right? And you're doing this, and you're this app entrepreneur already. Well, good for you. This is what America's all about, and we should all be inspired with your energy and creativity. So thank you so much, Taylor. Take care.
Thank you.
Okay, what are you going to do? Come on, Serge. Go around, think of something. Everything you do during the day, think, hey, would that be a good idea? Find out. Or what's really inside you want to know? You want to know about everything about baseball or whatever the heck it is? Maybe there's a product there. Whatever your interest is. And then you package it. You do all the research for the rest of us. That's what I've been doing for a living. Anybody can find out all the information I find out. I get it for free from the government. But nobody spends the time getting it. See, that's what our world is now. So you could package this stuff that you're really interested in and save the rest of us all this time and energy finding it.